been staying over. Fucked her so long, I'm finally sober. To the edge, I've been drawing closer. Lately I'm a loner, a stoner, a loser. Yeah, I'm fucking closer. Alone, life for no one. Love to like so talented. Reality, you've got none. I don't like it so much. I'm honest, I'm honest. You just crave attention. That clown life is dog shit. Yeah, I really wanna fade away. Nothing really matters in the end when we fade away. Fade away, all that I will lie awake. I just wanna find a way to make you stay, to make you stay. I just wanna levitate, don't hesitate to make you wait. I just wanna fuck you till my bones and blood disintegrate. I just wanna touch you, feel your body heat right next to me. I just wanna love you, wanna fuck you, wanna levitate. Levitate, I'll levitate. No matter what like this, I just don't throw my way. I'll levitate, all damn night I'll stay awake. Spill my fucking guts and everything I've got all on the page. Lost my best friend, fuck that, it's over. So many moments, never found their closure. A loner, lazy fucking stoner. Lately I've been thinking this was destined to be over. Yeah, fucking pussy, so sick listening to groaning. About damn time you man up to mistakes, about time you own them. I've been feeling lonesome, alone, and so homesick. Driving home, reflecting past 3 months, that shit was toxic. Yeah, I'll levitate. No matter what like this, I just don't throw my way. I'll levitate, all damn night I'll stay awake. Spill my fucking guts and everything I've got all on the page. Well, I told you all once, well, I told you all twice that this is the start of our demise. 1, 2.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Happy Wednesday. I had a nice break from charts and everything. Went on a trip to the Appalachian Mountains, did some fishing. It was awesome. Uh, Seeing a lot of confusion today. I had announced a couple days ago that I'm starting my dollar cost average, and now everyone thinks the bottom's in, or they missed the bottom, or whatever. Guys, these are all emotional takes, and I'm just gonna say it straight up. You guys need to stop being so damn emotional and stop shorting the bottoms, or at least the bottom range of a move. Ultimately, if you're bullish on crypto, and this is coming from someone that told me they had over like 40 years of trading experience, yada yada. I've never made a ton of money shorting anything because I'm ultimately bullish. I know what happens when Bitcoin and crypto like take off, and the money is to be made ultimately from lows to highs, or dollar cost averaging, or swing longing. We still really haven't gotten a solid swing trade opportunity other than on Ethereum, but I'm going to use Ethereum as an example here. So what do I mean by dollar cost average? For those of you that don't know, or aren't in my Discord, or just simply don't know what a dollar cost average is, guys, if I have, let's say I have $100, that means every week I'm buying 25 cents, 50 cents, $1 a week. I'm not buying $100 right off the rip. That's stupid. That's emotional, and all in all, it's just flat out stupid. That's a horrible risk management. I've got Patreon students. I've got people that are like, well, you said, but you said, but you said. Guys, I've always said as soon as we get news of recession, I am in. The Federal Reserve completely changed the definition of recession. By this point, if you're not buying, you're an idiot. We are at least with crypto, and do I believe that we could go lower? Absolutely. I absolutely think that we are going to go lower. We're in recession. There are rate hikes. There are GDP is going to make the market tank. Earnings are going to make the market tank. People not having money to invest is going to make the market tank. I still believe this is just a relief rally, but moving forward, yes, I am starting my dollar cost average. It is spread out over a 2 to 3 year long period, not a 1 week, not a 1 month, not a 1 year. It is a several year buying opportunity that you have, and whether you average between $22,000 all the way down to $10,000, if we go to 100 to 200K next bull market, you make a 10x. Okay, think about it. Not to mention, you got to average the entire way down, stress-free. You didn't have to look at charts all day. You didn't have to short every single rip. You didn't have to waste your time. And I keep trying to tell this to people, and they don't get it. 99% of people fail at trading, okay? So if you're one of those people that's like, wow, I'm just not barely making any money trading. There's just nothing. This market's scammy. We pumped off a rate hike. What is this? Then dollar cost average. Stop worrying about every single little price movement. The most money you're going to make in this market is off a dollar cost average if you play your cards right. But I'm just here to kind of show you the Fed video said we're not in a recession. Yes, because they changed the definition of a recession. We are 100% in a recession. People are suffering. Rates continue to rise. Markets are getting beat down. Whether you like it or not, even the stock market is still going to go down. There is no way you can tell me that we're not going to go into a recession. The housing market's literally on the brink of collapsing. Okay? Like, I don't know how else to explain this, but here's an Ethereum, all right? Here's Ethereum. I believe we're doing this, right? We have a nice big relief rally here, and this goes for anything, stocks, crypto, whatever. We're having a relief rally because we tanked, Ethereum tanked 80-something%, right? 82% from highs with one other relief rally, and I believe that relief rally went up 66%. So we tanked, realistically, I mean, we tanked, what was it, 60%? Almost 60% without a relief rally. Then we tank another, and I believe it's 60%. No, we tanked 75% without a relief rally, and people are suddenly screaming the bottoms in, screaming that people have been accumulating, screaming all this bullshit. Guys, you need to stop being so goddamn emotional when you're trading, okay? You need to make a plan and stick by your plan, and every time price moves intraday, you can't keep swapping bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish. You're going to lose all the money in your trading account, okay? I'm trying to help you guys as much as I can. I had a plan, and I'm acting on that plan now. The last time I dollar cost averaged, I turned 7 figures into well into 6 figures just by doing Bitcoin and Ethereum. I didn't mess around with any other altcoins. I didn't, get lucky on a couple trades or use high leverage. I literally dollar cost averaged Bitcoin between $4,000 and $7,000. My average is like 5,000 to 6,000, and I sold it at 53K. I made a 10x off my money. Come on, guys. Let's stop being emotional for a minute. There are macro factors at play that are going to continue to drive markets down or sideways. Regardless, this is what accumulation looks like. This is Ethereum between $500 and $100. Yes, that's a big, it's about a 5x difference from the bottom. Okay. But in all reality, then we pumped up to 4,000. So let's say you average right at about $253, right? Let's say you average there. And let's say you sound 4,000 on the dot, because we touched 4,000 several times. You made a 15x. Stop worrying about all this other bullshit. If you're not good at trading, you don't understand how to trade, you have horrible risk management, stick to this. But in all reality, I still am in belief that we're seeing this, right? We're seeing the two smaller circles on the screen. This is most likely a relief rally. Again, guys, interest rates going up are never bullish, okay? I don't know who is telling that this is bullish. What happened today is we had a short squeeze because all of you degenerates keep shorting the bottoms and looking for 15-minute plays when they're not there. Stop looking at the lower time frames. You are literally being liquidity for this market, especially exit liquidity, when suddenly now you have all these people, right? I had a lot of people on my Discord say, screw it, I'm going to long. Screw it. I don't want to miss it. Screw it, I'm longing. That is stupid. That is not trading. Those are your emotions getting to you and you falling into the exit liquidity trap. Okay? Again, I am trying to help you. I'm trying to give you guys the most accurate and non-biased prospected opinion that I can. But people are continuing to just fall into the traps. They did the same thing. They did the exact same thing here. Right? When Ethereum went all the way back to 3,500. They did the exact same thing. And guess what happened afterwards? We dumped 75% from that local high. Stop falling for the trap. Just stop doing it. It's so annoying. It's pissing me off because I'm trying to help and I'm venting a little bit, but it's getting to the point now where it's so obvious in what's happening. But yes, I fully believe this is still just a relief rally. You guys need to relax. Accumulation looks like this. This is not accumulation. Accumulation is over a multi-month, multi-year time frame that whales accumulate. They accumulate off the lows. They accumulate in the middle. Maybe even some of them buy around the tops. But it doesn't matter. You guys need to stop being so damn emotional. We are never, ever in the history of any asset going to do this. Hey, that's not going to happen. So get that scenario out of your mind. We've already retraced 3% from the local high. Okay? So everyone, please do me a huge favor and stop being so emotional. Stop shorting the lows. I've said this several times. Stop shorting the lows. Wait for a pattern and stick to a plan. Well, what's up? Joe, what's good? Ark, what's good? Is the bull run starting soon? See, this is my point. You guys think a bull run is starting when the middle of interest rates going up, and we haven't even seen GDP or earnings for any of these other companies yet. These things have a delayed effect. This is a domino effect, not an overnight deal. People are not patient, Roman. All these moves just take time. Exactly. Germany CPI is tomorrow. Yeah, I know they're going to get hit hard. Thank you all. No problem. No problem. Yeah, and guys, this isn't like attacking people. This is, if you're failing trading, you're losing money. Take my words of advice. I haven't made a trade since I shorted. I shorted 2 or 3 days ago when we broke below the 20 weekly moving average, but we're back below it. And I got out of that trade quick because shorting this market is it's all liquidity right now. All these moves, and I want you to notice something. All of these moves are like this. Right? There's not really anywhere to hold a position. It's not a steady flow or not a steady up. It's literally doing this. And then that is liquidity, right? If your chart looks like a heartbeat, which look at this 4 hour, right? This is like a heartbeat. We're just pumping back up, pumping back down. And I'm fully confident that we are going to see at least a retest of the lows, at least because if it is an accumulation range, you're going to do this over an extended time period, right? You're going to do some of this, maybe come back up here. You're going to do something like this, okay? This whole thing that Ethereum's merge and Ethereum this or crypto is going to be used by someone doing something. Guys, accumulation takes months to years. Okay? So stop with the, oh, tomorrow we're going to pump to 4,000 or Bitcoin's going to 100K by September. No, it's not. Okay, I've been saying this for a very long time. No, it's not. Stop getting all emotional. And when the market pumps, don't go to Twitter and YouTube and look at what all the Moon Boys post. That is the second worst thing you can do, because then it makes you twice as emotional. So you think we shouldn't short now? Why are you shorting an asset that's down 70% from all-time highs? Okay? Where's the opportunity? Right? Like, where's the opportunity to short here? There's no pattern. There's no price action telling you to short. We are literally dumping from we're still dumping from all-time highs. The chances to short were up in here. Up between the 4s, the 3 5s, even the 2 7s to 1 7. Okay, this is not, you should, if you are not a trader with at least 3 to 5 years of experience, you should not be day trading this market. You should honestly be looking at swing trading. That's where your money's going to be made. I need some merch. Dude, I don't even know how to, I'm not even artistic. I'd have to ask my brother to help me with that. How do I view it? It's a short squeeze. I'm going to go over that soon, but for now, let's go over the indexes first, and then we'll get into the crypto. What am I DCAing and how am I DCAing? All of that. So, all right, again, guys, I want you to take a good look at this chart and tell me, how is this bullish? Okay, I'm going to give you guys like a solid 10 seconds here. How on earth is this chart bullish? Right? If you don't look at a 15-minute, you're going to notice that over the last couple weeks I've been live streaming, we have said that we are most likely going to bounce from this level and have a relief rally. And what happened? We are having a relief rally. Is it higher than I thought we'd get? Absolutely. It's definitely way higher than I thought we'd go. But does that still mean it's not a relief rally? Absolutely not. We're pumping with, and I don't believe I can pull up volume on this chart, unfortunately. But we had some divergence here. 2, we were bouncing off a major support level. And 3, everyone and their mother was bearish here. Okay? Everyone's shorting that. This is literally an extended short squeeze. Why? Because you guys keep shorting the lows and everyone was bearish as soon as we touched support. And they're taking advantage of that. Dark pools aren't buying. Institutions aren't accumulating. All this nonsense you're hearing isn't happening. Does that mean that you shouldn't dollar cost average? That's up to you. I'm starting with a much smaller amount, and a couple months from now it'll turn into a larger percentage to portfolio value. But for now, you guys need to get this out of your mind that the market has bottomed, because we're not even close. There are things coming into this market that you can't even fathom. But unfortunately, retail is paying attention. They long the top and then short the bottom. It's been happening for years and years and years. This is still just a relief rally. Okay, so take a deep breath, calm down. If you honestly believe the market has bottomed, then start your DCA, right? If you really think a bull market's about to start, ignore what anyone else says, do your own research, and sack up and start buying and stop complaining. But again, when the market drops another 50% from here or 30% from here, I don't want this, oh, well, I was wrong and you told me to dollar cost average and you told me to do this. Guys, I am DCAing with less than 0.5% of the amount that I want to DCA over the next 3 years, right? I'm doing very, very small amounts because I am very confident that this market's going to continue dropping. Now, I'm going to have people say, well, why don't you just wait for the bottom? Guys, no one knows where the bottom is. Nobody has any clue. Not even your whale buddies, not even the market makers. No one has any idea where the bottom is because this is an economic situation that is out of control and the Federal Reserve is downplaying it. They literally changed the definition of a recession, right? Why do you think they did that? Midterms. I've been saying this as well. Midterms are in November. That's what, 3 months from now? This market is going to be held up on every single ounce of bullshit that they can give you up until after midterms, and then most likely going to crash because they can't hold it up. There's no narrative that they can hold anymore. So again, please stop being emotional. If you really believe the bottom's in, then long, and stop complaining about it. S&P 500, same thing. Same exact thing. We are literally just having a relief bounce after several red weeks, after about a 25% drop, even still, even if we took the next lower high, a 21% drop. This is the first relief rally that we've had. And everyone and their mother is saying, oh, well, the bottom's in and this. Does this look like a bottom's in chart? Does this look like anything like that? The only time a V-shaped recovery happens is when, obviously, a COVID-style event where the economy was still bullish. We just had an unfortunate disease that was blown out of control because everyone knows that COVID is not as deadly as it was initially presented. NASDAQ, look at this. Now we're hitting resistance on the NASDAQ. I think that this relief rally is pretty much over. We got hit with a 75-point rate hike. We are most likely, at least at the minimum, going to retest lows. Okay, if we don't put lower lows in, then we'll do something like this, right? We'll come back down, do something like this, and then we'll go up. But again, this is over a year time frame, right? This is an accumulation over a year time frame. Please stop being emotional. It's bullish because people are DCA, and my favorite YouTuber says bottom's in because traders are maturing. Roman, stop hating. Oh, I see the sarcasm. Roman, wrong as always. Yeah, I've been wrong. Did you realize I called the exact bottom so far? I still think we go lower, but I was the only analyst that called 17,000 as the bottom. Now, although I still believe we go lower because the stock market and macroeconomy really hasn't changed, I was actually so right that you can suck it. That's the thing. These millionaires can DCA for years on end. The average dude can't DCA with a few $1,000s. I actually DCA'd with a few $1,000s and turned it into over $250,000. So this notion that you can't do that, that's stupid too. I literally dollar cost averaged with less than 10,000, and I walked away with over $250,000 in 2 years. So again, that notion is flawed and emotional. That's just not how that works. If you DCA correctly, if you spread it out and average in lower, you will be fine. They will lie about GDP, probably. It wouldn't surprise me. But again, guys, this is not a bottoming chart, right? This is not something that I would be too proud of, saying that the bottom is in. Like, not at all. Not in this macro environment when literal interest rate hikes continue to rise. Like, people think like, oh, we only got 0.75 versus 100. I tweeted this morning that whether we get 100 or 75, it's not bullish regardless. None of that is bullish. That is actually going to slow down the economy, and people aren't going to be able to take large loans. They're not going to be able to expand businesses because that all is mostly driven by lower rate hikes and people being able to take out loans, reinvest in their companies, reinvest in their employees, hire more people, and have economic expansion. Higher rate hikes are usually, and I'd say 9 out of 10 times, cause economic decline. But anyways, let's look at the DXY. Of course, we have people saying the DXY is topped. Does this look like this chart is topped? Does it look like it's in distribution at all? The Fed is continuing to raise rates. I'm unsure how people think that this is the top, but by all means, you can continue to think what you want. The DXY just looks like it's having a pullback. We had weeks on end of parabolic price movement. A pullback is completely normal. Total charts. A couple weeks ago, we had said that, there's a big chance we get a bounce at this golden level, and now we're getting one. Not entirely sure why people are surprised. I'm still thinking that we go down and test our white line here. Ultimately, I think this relief rally is towards the end of its advance. Total 2, and not going to really waste a lot of time here. Total 2 is mostly driven by Ethereum. Again, a nice bounce here. We could go, look, we even drew it up here many weeks ago that there's a good chance we go up to 600 billion before continuing to go lower. Again, I give you guys this data and you're acting surprised. It's literally drawn there, right? We had Almost 20 red weeks in a row on this chart. Are you expecting this to continue to go down? Because if you are, things don't go down in a straight line. There's consolidation, there are relief rallies. Same thing with going up. You don't have a chart that just goes up the whole time. Even here, we have up consolidation, and then a parabolic advance. Bro, what do we do now? We don't go long or short, then what should we do? I don't make trade calls for people unless you're in my Patreon. You were cool, but you're starting to remind me of Crypto Man Ran. Okay, then why are you in my live stream? Stop wasting everybody's time. You mentioned in past streams that you see Bitcoin consolidating for many months before starting a bull market again. Are you still seeing the scenario? I gave that scenario at the beginning of the live stream. You're more welcome to go back and look at it. Wow, okay. Oh man, we've got a lot of geniuses in chat today. Lots of geniuses. Lots of geniuses. Wow, you got this wrong. Guys, I was the only analyst saying that we were going to bottom at 17,000. Okay, that analysis is still very valid, although I still believe we go lower, and this is just a relief rally. I'm kind of shocked that people come in here and they get all mad about everything when tomorrow we're most likely going to retrace 80% of this move and continue lower. I don't know who Soloway is. I saw a video of a journal analyst who said all the factors you mentioned are already factored in, and that's why the markets are pumping. No, the markets are pumping because there's a short squeeze because retail shorted the lows yet again. Like it's clockwork that you guys keep doing this. Let's look at USDT.D. Still in our uptrend. Ultimately, this is a pullback. Still kind of surprising me that people are bullish per se. Yes, this is a decent little breakdown. No, I would not say that this is ultimately bullish. We could consolidate in this range for quite a while before going back up. I believe the weekly RSI was, insanely high. Like, again, another reason why this is just a pullback, or I guess a relief rally per se. Yeah, yes, sir. I'm gonna stop reading the stupid comments. This is getting ridiculous. When's the next live stream with Inspo? Whenever he hits me up, man. I hit him up the other day and he didn't answer me. He's usually pretty busy, and we're on 2 different time frames or time zones, so it's pretty tough to get a live stream with him. Yeah, it's wild, man. It's people will come in here and, clearly these are the people that got burned today because they shorted the lows after I had said stop shorting the lows. And if you guys were in my Patreon, I literally told my Patreons earlier this morning, do not open a position, do not short this. They are going to squeeze the shit out of both sides, most likely going to have a short squeeze first, which just happened. And now that everyone's long at the local top, now we're going to push back down. It's seriously clockwork. I literally told everybody this. Did some listen? Yes. Did some say, oh, I don't know, I think we're going to push up. You said you're going to start your DCA, so that means you got to be somewhat bullish, right? No, not at all. People getting too emotional on small pumps, man. It's crazy. It's crazy, man. You guys, and I'm not trying to say everybody here, but this is why retail is used as exit liquidity. This is why retail is used as bait, because you guys fall for it every time. We pumped today. Congratulations. We're still at 22,000. The all-time high is 69,000, right? Let's do very, very basic TA here. Just looking at Bitcoin's weekly. Do you honestly believe that this marks a bottom or anything moderately bullish for the next couple months? We haven't even broke our downtrend. We are now we're actually retracing most of this move now, right? I'm kind of flabbergasted that There are people that will come in here, you know, they're the little keyboard warrior gremlin. You know, they have nothing better to do with their time. So what they do is they come in and they're like, "Oh, you were wrong again. Wrong again. Roman's wrong again." Like, that's great, man. Like go look at the sun or something. Okay? If you have nothing better to do, then come into my chat and give me shit for things that I said to specifically not do on Twitter and in Patreon. It's your own damn problem, right? So again, guys, I'm gonna pull up the BitMEX chart. I believe this is Bitstamp, because it has the whole timeline of Bitcoin. Here are your bear market bottoms, right? Let's go in and grab a brush. Here's your bottom. Here's a bottom. Bear market bottoms. Here is an accumulation range, right? Here is an accumulation range. This range went from the 29th of September all the way to the May 2016. So September 14 to May 2016. That's a year and a half, right? Let's say the accumulation range started at about 6,000. Let's even go further and say October 2018 all the way until, I would even say, July 20. 2-year accumulation range. Yes, it is a big accumulation range. But if your average is 7,000, again, if your average is 7,000, you're still, I mean, obviously no one's going to sell the absolute top. Let's say you sold where I sold, about 53K. You're making a 7X, okay? Even if you have $5,000, you took your $5,000 and turned it into $35,000 with the most minimal amount of work that you possibly could. Does your life change? Do you go from a third-class individual to a multimillionaire with private jets? Hell no. But does your trading account go from, something small to now something huge? And over this time, over this 2-year span, you could have paper traded. You could have started another small fund to see if you could learn how to trade. And now you have $35,000 to trade with. Okay, now we go into the next bull run or next, big asset cycle. Let's say you take your $35,000 and 10x it again. Now you have $350K, right? Does your life change at that point? Somewhat. I would think so. I'd hope so. But again, guys, this accumulation range, even if this is the bottom, we're going to do something like this, right? This is over a 2-year time span. So again, please, for the love of God, stop being so emotional. Like I'm trying to help you guys without, poking too much fun, but this is crazy. You don't think it could be a savage rally to get on retail exit liquidity, something like 28 to 30K? Even if it does, I'm not bullish. Like, where on this weekly chart does this look moderately bullish to you? We could go all the way to 30K. We could get a breakdown and retest of this area, right? Here's your resist or your prior support level, breakdown and retest. And then what? And then we go lower like this. Are you macro bullish if that happens? I'd hope not. Am I going to see thousands of keyboard warriors? And I've never blocked so many people in my life up until this week. And I'm the one telling people, stop shorting the lows. Stop shorting this. Wait for clarity. Wait for clarity on the long end too. Even still, let's look at Coinbase, right? Maybe not even Coinbase. Let's look at FTX. Just because the Binance wash trading shit kind of messed up volume. You have volume going down as prices going up. Right? You don't have a long accumulation zone. You have a similar scenario to here. Right? So again, please, this is what bull market price action looks like. Your volume's going up, your price is going up parabolically for weeks on end. It's amazing. This whole thing it's amazing to me how people have, and it's the same people, your same little keyboard warriors that they get on and they go, they take their keyboard right here. And then they start clicking away, right? They're like, "Oh, I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him good this time." And they're like, "I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him so good, guys. Get me. Okay, I've made over $500,000 in this market in a very short amount of time with a very small entry. Okay, you're never gonna get me. So I would recommend, go talk to a girl or something. Go, go to the gym, go make some friends. Okay, I've done nothing but try to be helpful, and you're just being a little slimy toad, little slimy frog, like a little You're like that. Okay, you're this. So good, my precious. What's volume and accumulation? Very, very low volume. Very, very low volume for the most part. Roman is untouchable. Dude, like I'm not trying to be some cocky bastard, right? Like, I can be at times, I won't lie, I'm human. I've done very well for myself. I have people that want to learn from me. I have a live stream that, does pretty well. Unfortunately, YouTube doesn't pay me, so that sucks. But here's the thing. With all these little ants that come in here and they try, right? Like, they try to get a rise out of you, or they try to, you're like, oh, that's what they do, right? This is how they get off, because they can't get off any other way, clearly. And you're doing no one a favor. So maybe take this and move on and try to do better, right? I've been following you since a long time already. Man, you really helped me a lot. Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. You have to have a strong character to do what I do. I think you just have to, like, kind of laugh. Like, here's the thing, like, with social media and stuff, people let it get to them, and all the negative comments and all the negativity, they let it get to them, right? And if I'm not going to lie, I'm human. Like, if I see a ton of negativity and I'm wrong, and I'm basically just, sucking for a little while, then sucks. But sometimes you just have to read some of the absurdity and just laugh at it and just be like, wow, this person really is wasting their time trying to prove something that doesn't even matter. But anyways, let's talk about some TA, right? Let's talk. So, big thing here. And I want you guys to know that this is probably one of the most basic forms of TA, right? We broke through the 200. We came back up, deviated, and now we're seeming to break back down or up. Unfortunately, we're seeing a short squeeze, so it's probably going to come back up, deviate a little bit more before heading back down. But ultimately, this 200 is a war zone, right? Like, you want to try and hold it as long as you can, because retail sees this as a bottom signal, right? It's been a bottom signal in the past. Even for me, I really thought the 200 wasn't going to give like it did. In the past bear markets, we've seen the bottom around the 200, and now we're below it, right? You want to give retail every inkling of hope that they have. So when we break below it and then come back up, some clown analyst says, oh, that's a deviation from a breakdown, and we're going to pump so hard afterwards. Guys, like, again, zoom out of this chart, right? And, we're just going to use some percentages. Hopefully this takes down some anxiety here. But let's go all the way to the bottom. We dropped 75%. We are still down almost 70% from the highs, right? Whether you dollar cost average between now and 17,500 makes the smallest bit of difference in the long term, right? In a trading standpoint, yeah, okay, you missed out on a 25% move. Sucks. Okay, get over it. You're not going to catch every move. You're not some insane trading guru. No one is. There were plenty of people that missed the move. Not everyone bought the bottom. No one bought the bottom. Like, maybe one or two people did. Okay, and if they did buy the bottom, it was with like $1 with 100 times leverage so they could gloat on Twitter, right? Anyways, whether you bought between 17.5 and 22.8, 22.7, whatever, you've missed out on hardly anything, right? We're still almost 70% below the highs, right? An asset that is 70% below the highs that you're ultimately bullish on, that you believe will see 100,000. Let's even zoom out further. Let's say we go to 100,000. Let's do some quick and easy math. Let's say you started your dollar cost average 17.5 on the dot because you're some crazy, hypnotic, crazy trader that is God tier. It doesn't exist, but you're the unicorn of trading, basically. All right, let's say we go to 100K. 100,000. You made a 5x. Pretty good. 4.8, 5x. We'll just say 5x. Awesome. You just made a 5x off those couple of small buys, because the dollar cost average, again, are very small buys. You're talking 0.5% to 1% or 2 a week. And again, I'm going to say this very strongly. A dollar cost average is not a lump sum buy. So please do not send your whole account after this live stream, right? Okay, so you made a 5x. Let's say you buy right now, right? And we go to 100K tomorrow. You made a 3.5x-ish. So you missed out on about a 1.5x. Okay, but these are small buys. So this is, what is this? Let's say you're probably end up with about 3 to 5% here. So your 3 to 5% portfolio went up 5 times. So let's say you have $100, you're $5 in. You made $25. Let's say you started, maybe we'll say you've had 2 weeks in, so you have $2. Your $2 that are in went up 3.5x. So you have about a $7 gain. So yeah, it is slightly higher. But comparatively, it's not that much of a difference. Whether you have 25 or the $7, you still made a pretty nice gain. Stream on Twitch, at least I'll get paid. I've thought about it. I'm definitely considering it, because Twitch, and guys, we haven't even retested the 20 and 50 yet. Like, this is not a bullish looking chart in the slightest. But anyways, let's keep chugging along here. I've got to make dinner soon, so let's talk about what happened today. So what the hell happened today? I'm going to tell you. Open your ears, listen, take notes. So in this 30-minute range, we had, especially in my Patreon, especially in my Discord, on Twitter, we had everyone saying, FOMC meeting, 100 basis point rate hike, or 75, doesn't matter, it's bearish as hell. So you have everybody shorting here. Everybody shorted here. Don't lie, I know a lot of you shorted here if you did short. Everyone shorts the low. Guys, we were 15% down, even 10% from this high of 23K, 10%, right? I believe RSI actually had some bullish divergence here. Our 1 hour was extremely oversold here. How are you expecting to get to this next support level here at 19.3 or even break below when everything is either 1, oversold, or 2, showing some areas of bullishness, right? So everyone shorts in here because they think we're breaking down and going to new lows because we're in a bear market and FOMC, and that's what everyone thinks, right? That's what retail thinks. Okay, well, that didn't happen, right? FOMC came in, 75 basis point hike, which is extremely bearish, by the way. One of the highest rate hikes we've had in the U.S. history, other than the last one, which is 75. And you're expecting this to go down, which, a lot of people do. In a macro standpoint, you zoom out on the daily. Yes, we will go lower. Absolutely. I'm still in full belief that everything that happened today was not accumulation. It was derivative led. We're now going to form bearish divergence on the daily if we pump any higher. And again, this is not that we literally had a short squeeze because everyone shorted the bottom. All those shorts were used as liquidity to fuel a huge pump. We pump, and I can guarantee you, all of your retail friends, if you didn't buy, bought this. They bought in this zone, or they bought somewhere up here, and we're most likely going to go lower, right? Does this look like a legitimate move to the upside? I want you to ask yourself, okay? Because not only that, but we have bearish divergence here now, right? We have bearish divergence. We made a higher high, closed below it. We're in an area of supply. Crazy volume that came in from the short squeeze. I had told everyone this morning in my Patreon, a lot of people in Discord as well, in the free Discord. If you're not in it, please join it because I do help a lot of people out that are just in it. So we have that. And now everyone gets bullish. The bottom's in. They're buying. You are literally exit liquidity, right? You are buying a local high in a bear market with interest rates going up. I want you to think like a normal person real quick. What the hell are you doing? Right? What are you doing? Oh, great. I've got another like porn bot in here. I'm just gonna let it rip. Some of you guys need it. Some of you guys need some love. At least the little gremlins that came in here with their little frog hands, they need some love. So feel free to hit up the porn bot if you're looking for a good time, because clearly a lot of you gremlins don't have any fun. And your fun is coming in and ripping people that are trying to help you. Especially when I said, don't short this. Well, that's the thing, Amber. We didn't break any resistance. We are still below resistance, right? We're literally retracing this whole move. And again, just from a trading standpoint, why is anyone longing right now? Look how overbought we are. This is the highest the 1 hour has been overbought since April. Why is anyone in their right mind longing right now? How does the porn bot end up in here? Dude, I guess some of those gremlins, they like to watch YouTube porn because, they're losers or something, and it gets in here. I have no idea. Do I speak any Italian? No, my grandma does. My grandmother speaks Italian. I get the arm waves and the tone of voice from her. I know a few people who longed. So do I. A bunch of my Patreons said screw it and longed, and I told them, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? What in God's green earth are you doing right now? Right? Jesus. All right, back to the daily. Let's talk. What's happening? Okay, so we are still kind of rejecting our bull zone. For those of you that don't know, I refer to this as the bull, and then below it's the bear. So moving average is still kind of rejecting that bull zone. Not quite into it. Not a lot of volume. We're still very flat on multiple exchanges here. Here's Coinbase. Binance volume's tough right now because a lot of it was wash traded and a lot of it's derivatives based. But volume's still very flat. Even on Binance USDC, very flat. FTX, very flat and very low. This is not a sign of bullishness, right? Not a sign. Just because one exchange shows some decent volume coming in, you have to do a little bit more research for that, right? Yes, we bounced off our RSI trend line. No, I don't believe that's a reason to be bullish. We can bounce off this trend line for the next one more time, and price could be literally down here. So just be aware of that. What time is GDP growth to come out tomorrow? Honestly, I don't know. I stopped paying attention to news because they're literally just cooking everything. Most alts will never break all-time highs. OI signals the majority of buyers came in at the very top. Thank you, JK. Thank you. It's unreal. It's crazy because you say, like, I try to tell people, don't long it. It's a short squeeze. I don't know where it ends. Could you have made a % or two? Sure, maybe. I don't know. But why are you longing an inorganic move that's driven by a short squeeze and by a news-based event? News-based events do not last very long, and they usually have a harsher downside. I've covered this on prior streams. You're more than welcome to go back and look. It's crazy. It's absurd. But in the meantime, if you are going to be a degenerate and long, or trade this market, or short this market, whatever you're going to do, because people like to do what they're going to do. For those who don't know, I'm affiliated with BitGet. You get a 15% off fee if you use my links. They also have, I believe they're also introducing an APY on stablecoins soon. So once they do that, I'm going to probably move a lot of my DCA into there just so I can have it all centralized on one exchange. But in the meantime, they have added trailing stop losses. They've added, I believe, for all you leverage degenerates, and I always advocate do not use leverage unless you have the experience or very, very high confidence, but they've increased leveraged amounts. Great exchange, never had any issues. Great support team. And again, if you're in my Discord and you're having an issue and you can't get it resolved, you can hit me up and I'll make sure that they fix it. It's always the same. Wednesday Fed announcement, pump, Thursday dump. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. Honestly, it's crazy, man. It's people people forget that this exact same scenario has happened like 4 or 5 times now already. Like since what, November, December? It's absurd. It really is crazy to me how people forget that 2 months ago this exact same scenario happened, and we're most likely going to go lower. The TA on the daily still isn't that bullish. You actually have your 20 starting to roll over and your 50 still going down. I don't believe the 50 can be used as support because it's a very volatile moving average. But in the meantime, let's look at the 12-hour. So again, big volume candle, still rejecting supply, still rejecting our deviated amount here. And honestly, because we rejected at a peak here, we're going to throw a line right there just so we can have another look. Ultimately, guys, nothing moves down in a straight line. We are literally going to do this to chop up retail, and a lot of them are going to fall for it every time. Every time. Liquidity grab, perfect bull trap is just initiated in the majority of retail trades. Breakout whilst you have stated inner range so they can better swing trade. Of course. Of course. I agree with you 100%. And it's funny to me. People are calling like all-time highs and breakouts and crazy shit happening when, yes, okay, you look at this range and you're like, oh, it's off the bottom and looking pretty good. Okay, well, let's zoom out a little bit. Let's look at this from a big boy perspective that isn't a 15-minute degenerate leverage trading craziness. Guys, we haven't even hit our diagonal from both local highs. We're not even close to hitting it. So until we really break this, like if we consolidate, break it, retest it, and go higher, then okay, you got a case, right? You got a point. But we're not even close. We'd have to break 30K right now for that to happen. If we break back above 30K, okay, maybe you have a case. But do you really think we're gonna pump? What is this? You really think we're gonna pump 30% with interest rate hikes? No whale accumulation yet. No sort of momentum. This isn't momentum driving, right? Like this isn't something that drives price. And guys, for the most part, when crypto does do a big move to the upside, there's a lot of flatness and then we go up. We don't chop like this, right? It's a lot of flatness. Even on the downside, it's down, maybe some sideways, and then waterfall down. Right? It's not all this choppy shit. We're still in a range. We're still for the most part, we're still in distribution. We're still in a range. There's still way higher likelihood of us going down than going up. June FOMC Bitcoin went from 23 to 20 back to 23K, then on Friday down to 17.6. Yeah, it's wild to me that people still think this is bullish. And they're still longing when every indicator says don't long right now. That this is not legitimate. It's just a short squeeze. Gamma Vanna Charm signaling a potential reversal from this local top we just hit. Yeah, I mean, I was going to short 23K, but I was playing Apex. And to be honest, I'm tired of watching this market all day. It's exhausting. And it's exhausting dealing with people that, one, don't listen to you. Like, we had 3 descending peaks on hour 4, right? I'll give you the scenario. I was on vacation, but I still saw this, and I was like, hey, maybe this is an opportunity to short, and I'll tell everyone. 3 descending peaks. 1, 2, 3. Here's your area of support. We broke down. 22.7K breakdown. We go all the way down. I ended up taking profits right here at 21.6. Right? I made about 5%-ish. People were looking for longs or looking to short in here, right? I had taken profit and people were looking to short. It was absurd. Like this can't happen anymore. You guys need to stop shorting the lows. Like if we're in a range, right? Like let's say we're in a range here. If we drop all the way back down to here, don't look for shorts there. That's not how you trade. You should be looking for shorts at the top of the range, not the bottom. Even if it's diagonal, horizontal, whatever. Seeing a lot of blood on these stairs. Where's the cat? Where's that cat? I think you're talking about dead cat bounce. It's coming. So bad to see many. Hello, you want to come? Yes, you do. You just got out of the gym? Give me that dirty cake. Yeah, come here. Yeah. I gotta show all these gremlins what's good. Why not? Come on. Okay, I'll see you in a minute. Crazy. Craziness. But anyways, let's look at some other stuff. Let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum. A lot of people are bullish again. Look at Ethereum at a local high, and we're looking for longs up here when we've seen it being used as deviation before, and we know that there was a short squeeze. We also, and again, a lot of people in my Discord and on Twitter, we're shorting here. Why are you shorting when we're touching support? It didn't make any sense to me. We also had a bullish reversal pattern here. This is a doji reversal, and I believe it was confirmed by volume, or almost confirmed by volume. Regardless, it didn't make a lot of sense to short the lows yet again. How much do I make per month? Estimated, Roman, is it worth becoming a full-time trader? It depends if I can make swing trades. I don't day trade, so I can't really say per month I make X, Y, Z. I also have an interest earning account that I make. I'll be honest, I make probably between 40 and 50,000 a year off of it. So that interest earning account pays for, I guess my living, if that makes sense. That way I don't have to have like a job. Like that means if I don't make any money trading, I still have income. I also, of course, you guys know I'm affiliated with an exchange. I get a certain percent of the fees. Oh, and I'm gonna have people saying, "Oh, well, he just wants people to sign up and do." Guys, I only affiliate, and I've been offered tens of thousands of dollars for pump and dump schemes, for shitty exchanges, for other bullshit, and I have always said I am never going to affiliate with someone just for money. Right? Like, yeah, it's super nice to make money. I also teach a trading class that, well, I make a lot of money from that too. But regardless, I'm not going to do something that is scummy and just helps me make money, right? I could have shilled dog shit ass coin and made $10,000 from 5 tweets. Okay? Did I? No, because I'm not a piece of shit, right? Like, making money is awesome, but having a certain amount of morality and having a certain amount of respect for yourself and the people around you to take care of people and not do what, like I literally preach, these moon boys are shit. These influencers don't know shit. Half these people don't even know how to trade. If I'm going to do that, I'm not going to fall down the path of, oh, I could shill ass tit coin and make a bunch of money. Right? Like, there's nothing to gain other than people saying, oh, this guy just scams people. Not this kid. This guy just scams people. Oh, ignoring everything? If I make a good swing trade, I can make $50,000 to $100,000. So yearly trading income, and that entirely depends on how much you're trading with. I trade usually between $250,000 and 400,000. So if I make, 50% on a swing trade, I make probably 100,000. So I'd say per year, let's say per year to keep it safe, I make 100,000 from trading. I wouldn't go full time until you're fully confident in it, right? Like learn how to swing trade, because you can swing, like when I was still working, you can swing trade even while having a job, right? You're not checking a chart every minute of the day. You're checking a chart a couple times. You're looking at the daily and the 4 hour, and you're basing trades off higher time frames, right? Like let's say, and here was a perfect swing trade, right? You have a double bottom here, and yes, I have a hard time saying that this was readable in my perspective. I really didn't think that this was going to happen. I missed out on a majority of it. Did I catch? We'll go to Bitcoin even, because I only traded Bitcoin for this. So let's say this is a double bottom. This is a swing trade opportunity, right? You could have longed somewhere down here with your stop loss somewhere down here. I ended up getting in about, I want to say like here. I think I got in a little bit here, and then I got in like a little bit here, and I ended up selling like up here somewhere. Not the top. No, actually I sold right where I bought here because I got stopped out. But I ended up making like 3 or 5% from that move. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. But let's say, you know, you got a job and you want to get into trading, you want to make it a full-time thing. Let's say you have a $100,000 account. And like I said, I don't know how many people do have that amount of money, but I'm just for the sake of even numbers, I'm going to say it. Say you have $100,000, you put $50,000 in here, stop loss down here. We pump, you know, 11, 12%. A couple days, that's 12, 13 grand. You buy the breakout here, or you buy the retest here. And let's say, you know, you buy this breakout here thinking it's a breakout. I would have thought it was a breakout. And then let's say, you know, you continuously move up your stop losses so you don't get screwed. But let's say, you know, we invalidate and on this red candle you're stopped out. Let's say you make 15%, because I believe from the bottom to here it's about 19%, but let's say you made about 15% off 75,000 because you'd add on the breakouts. Actually, let's say 15% on 100,000. You made $15,000 in about 2 or 3 weeks, right? That's more money than most people make in a quarter of a year. So again, I would say if you're swing trading, the opportunities are definitely there, bull and bear market. The bear market rallies are some of the biggest opportunities with swing trading. But for the most part, you need a big account size to swing trade. You need at least 50,000. If you want to make it like a full-time income, because you're only getting about 5 to 15 big swings a year. I mean, you look at this chart, right? And here are your big swings. You had maybe a potential double bottom here. Maybe you could have shorted this here, so that's 1. Here's 2. Up here, 3. I wouldn't have traded any of this. You have 4 here. You have 5 here with a double top, and then possibly something up here if you wanted to start a small position, because maybe you thought this was a double top and this was deviation with a low volume. So all of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's say you catch 4 of them. So you had 4 chances from November until about August, right? So you don't get many opportunities per year to make swing trades, but they're bigger trades and you can make a ton of money if you play them right. Right? So essentially with a swing trade, you'll have either like a downward movement, some consolidation. This is where you determine whether to short or long. Let's say we have downward, then we get a double bottom like this. You'd long here, buy the breakout here. You know, once we start breaking back above, you start entering more positions and you hold it until it invalidates. Essentially, you hold it until you make a large percentage gain. $21,700 was my first long. Yeah, but I had like some very small, like insignificant. Like it was very insignificant. But either way, I bought 21,700 and sold at 22,007. So it's still 5%. Like I said, I didn't make a killing off it. I barely made anything. What's the average time frame for a swing trade? Daily to 4 hour. How would I invest if I only had $5,000? Would your risk management be the same? If I only had $5,000, I'd be looking to dollar cost average. Because I'm assuming, and maybe I'm wrong here, maybe you're a really good trader, but I'm just going to assume because I don't know who you are. I'm going to assume that you have very little trading experience. And by little, I mean under 3 to 5 years. If you have under 3 to 5 years and all you have is $5,000 to invest, dollar cost average. Look it up, Google it, do whatever. And start paper trading. Like while you're dollar cost averaging, don't worry about what price is at. Don't worry about what your account value's at. Because although I know the Moon Boys say this a lot, in 5 years you'll make a ton of money in 5 years. You probably will make a lot of money in 5 years. Crypto has been following the equity market since the birth of itself, right? So if our equity market, and you have to look at it this way, our equity market, if it goes from where it is now to non-existing, the world's over. It's done. We're all screwed. We're all going to become cavemen people and eat ants and become gremlins. That's what we're going to do, right? But if you dollar cost average beginning right now, and let's say we do this. Let's say over the next year, because I don't think this recession is going to be a 10-year thing, right? Let's say we do some of this, right? Let's just, hypothetical, we just do something like this. Let's even draw a little bit more. Let's say we do some of this, maybe here, and then that marks the bottom. Okay, so you dollar cost average once a week, 0.5%. So from right now, the 29th of July, 2022, till November 2023. Let's see how many bars that is. Let's see how many days we have to divide by 7. 464 bars divided by 7. I know that's like 6. It's like 60, I believe. 464 divided by 7. So it's 66 weeks. So of your 5,000, let's say you do 0.5% to 1%. Obviously, you'd be buying more on the big dip. So let's say you're 60, just for even number's sake, let's say you get in 66%. So you get 66% of your account in all the way until the bottom, right? And we're just saying hypothetically the bottom's at 14K. So you got 66% of your account into 14K, right? Now let's zoom out, go to a monthly, and say, okay, you got 66% in now from, let's say your average is 19.6. We'll give you a nice 18,500 average. Okay, so 18,500 average. Say we go to 188K, because I think that's very possible, right? If Bitcoin's gonna remain valuable, let's say we go to 188K. You made an 8x, so your 5,000 now turns into $40,000. And guess how much work you did? You didn't do hardly anything other than once a week press a small buy button for your overall account. So you bought $50 worth of Bitcoin once a week for 66 weeks or whatever, over a year and a quarter. That's all you did. And you made $40,000. In the meantime, that whole year and a quarter, you paper traded and you tested yourself. And you wanted to see if, can I paper trade an account? Let's say you paper trade with 20,000 or something like that. So you paper trade with 20,000. Let's say you turn it into $40,000 over that year and a quarter. You had some ups, some downs, whatever. You found consistency. Now, not only did you learn how to trade in that time period, but you got a 9x. You made $40,000 with your initial $5,000 investment with the lowest risk and most successful trading strategy. So I hope that helps. Maybe some of you that don't quite know what a dollar cost average is or how exponentially important it is to dollar cost average. And again, these are all scenarios. Bitcoin could never break all-time highs again. But if you're going to be a person that makes a lot of money in this market, it's not going to be off of one quick trade or one swing trade or one high leverage trade. Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule. Some people, they get lucky, they hit the lottery, whatever. But if I'm being honest with you, that strategy I just gave you is probably the best and easiest way to change your life forever. Because although you took 5,000 and made 40,000, you gained a whole year and a quarter of experience with trading with zero risk trading. Because you were using paper trading, which is fake money, which TradingView has. You can flip this arrow up. I believe it is. I'm totally going to mess this up, but I believe. Let me try and find it for you. Someone in chat, please tell me where this is, because I haven't paper traded in a long time. Because frankly, I don't need to. But I might need to add the panel. But anyways, TradingView has a paper trading option, and I highly recommend it. It's accurate to the market date. You can put stop losses, trailing stop losses, limit buys, limit sells. You can short, long, whatever, with zero risk. Is there an app? Oh, yeah, Joe, you can use TradingView. Yeah, it's awesome. I'm pretty sure it's free. It was when I used it. It was free. You'll have to double check that. It even shows how much profit and loss you've made. It's a great tool, awesome tool. But guys, with all that said, I need to go make dinner. Girlfriend's waiting for me. She just got out of the shower. She was at the gym, and I wanted to live stream before she was done, but she's done now. So guys, please, a couple things to note. Please stop being emotional. This is not accumulation. We haven't even had 1 month at the lows, right? So we haven't even had a whole month at the lows, which we spent several months at the lows in the prior bear markets. The macro situation is not changing overnight. It is a macro economy that is probably going to get worse before it gets better. Okay, I don't want to say absolute certainty because things can change. Something magical could happen. But for now, please don't be emotional. We are at 22,700. We are 70% below all-time highs. If you're really that concerned, start your dollar cost average now. Well, that said, guys, please be patient, use risk management.